Hello and welcome back to the bar. Today is the third instalment of our Cocktail Prime video series. Yeah, and today we're going to be working with the strawberry watermelon flavour. Now, full transparency, I have tried to record this video once before. I don't know if you can see, but it's not full. I don't know why I did that. You definitely can't tell that's not full. But unfortunately the camera ran out of storage as I was recording, so I had to stop and try again another time. But silver lining, I did manage to find the can, which I didn't originally have. So now we got both of these. The past two videos have been a little bit basic in the sense that I've kind of just created a riff on a already existing cocktail with the Long Island iced tea in our blue raspberry video and the mojito in our lemon lime video. And while they weren't bad cocktails, the lemon lime bottle version was questionable, they weren't particularly interesting. So today I've switched things up a bit and I've kind of thought of something that's a little bit different. It's still a fairly basic cocktail, but it is a little bit different. So without further ado, let's get drunk. Now, before we do anything else, I want to taste these. I have obviously tasted this one before, but it was a long time ago and I want to taste it again. And I also just wanted to throw it all over my fucking bar mats because I love cleaning them. That's why they're here though, to prevent my table getting stained. Now, I'm not even sure I need to say it, but there is a very clear colour difference between the two. This is quite an artificial looking pink colour. I'm not going to try that. Does this have artificial? No artificial flavourings, so I believe it's not. But it does look it. Whereas this is obviously fairly clear. It's a little cloudy, but that's kind of, it looks normal to me. It's not different to the other flavours in fairness. Like the lemon lime, we saw that was kind of a greeny yellowish colour in the bottle, and then like this in the energy can. I can't really remember the blue raspberry. I think they were both fairly blue, to be honest with you, but there's very little difference in smell in this one, if I'm being honest. Like they both have that kind of strong watermelon smell. I would say maybe this one's a little more strawberry on the nose than this one's a little more watermelon. It's nice. It's still a little bit sweet for me, but it is nice. I might actually even say that's one of the nicest flavours out of the three I've tried. Which is odd, because strawberry watermelon is not my favourite flavour. Out of the three we've tried, it should be my least favourite, but it might be my favourite because it's just quite refreshing, whereas the other ones have been a little bit even more sweet than this. I don't even know if I like that more. I like it, I'd say I probably like it the same. Like they're both equally as good. Yeah, they're different. This is definitely not sweet. But the problem I have with it is that it's not as sweet because it doesn't taste. Like there's not as much flavour in it. This has got a strong flavour and is fairly sweet. This hasn't got a strong flavour and isn't very sweet. So honestly, this could go one of two ways. Like I said, I have devised a cocktail and it uses fresh watermelon. I'm going to try not to throw everywhere, in my nice little Christmas bowl. It was going to use fresh strawberries, but someone's eaten them all. So instead we're going to be using the strawberry puree, lime juice to counteract a little bit of that sweetness, and rum, because I'm kind of clinging to summer, if I'm being honest. I don't want to go back to school. I started 2 weeks ago and I still don't want to go back. So I am holding on to summer. So it is quite a summery drink. It uses rum, because I mean, rum is just one of the best liquors for summer drinks. You see it in a mojito, you see it in a daiquiri, like all of them use rum because it's such an amazing flavour to mix with fruits. So we're going to go into it with 1.5 ounces of white rum. I'm going to do 3 ounces because obviously I'm making 2. 1.5 ounces. You could up that to 2 ounces, but the first time I made this video, 2 ounces was a little bit too much. So like for me, that is, I'm a bit of a pussy, so 2 ounces might be perfect for you, but do bear that in mind. And I got the easy pourer so I don't spill it. I was really hoping it would like drip a lot as I flipped it over. We're going to hit it with 2 ounces, not 2 ounces at all, 1/2 ounce in fact, of our lime juice. That is literally all of my lime juice gone, but that's fine because I didn't need it. Finally, 1/2 ounce of our strawberry puree. Now, like I said, I was going to use fresh strawberry. I think the strawberry puree could work just as well as fresh strawberry. My only concern is that strawberry puree is a little bit of a sweeter flavour, but it does have a nice colour to it, so I will give it that. If you're going to use fresh strawberry, I would use, last time I think I used 4, and 4 was a little bit too much. Like the flavour wasn't amazing. So I would use maybe 2 or 3, along with like 2-ish chunks of watermelon. Like, I didn't put the fucking watermelon in it. Ignoring my stupidity, we should have muddled the strawberry in, the watermelon in the shaker before adding any of the liquids. That's okay, we'll do it now. It all gets mixed anyway. Muddling. Unlike a mojito, we are breaking up the watermelon. We are absolutely obliterating it and squeezing all of that juice out because we're going to strain it anyway. So none of this watermelon is going to be in the final product. I'm, again, like I've already mentioned, not the biggest fan of watermelon. So I haven't used a huge amount of watermelon. But if you like watermelon a lot, feel free to use more. And lastly, I just realised it's the first cocktail we made, we were using the shaker. Isn't that sweet? Ice. Ice into your shaker. Where have I put the fucking ice? Ice into your shaker. And liquid into ice. The watermelon chunks don't look good. You're gonna slam it closed and probably break your table in the process. And you're gonna start with a slow shake because that's what builds the tension. It lowers the pressure because the air, I don't know the science if I'm being honest, but it builds the suction between the 2 tins, and then you can really just go for it until they're properly chilled and you can see all the condensation on the outside. That's how you know it's nice and cold, because we're not shaking to really like push the flavors together because it's liquid. Like the only thing that's really in there that could cause a problem is obviously our strawberry puree, but at the end of the day it's mostly just to try and cool it down, because we're not going to ice these glasses, because presentation wise they will look, go with that, they're going to look a lot better if we don't put ice in them. We're going to double strain to really make sure we're getting rid of as much watermelon as possible into the glass. Now I'm going to do this in stages because I don't have an eye for volume and like fluid ounces, so I can't just guess when that's enough, and I'm like nearly out. And once you finish straining, we'll obviously top them. I think they're fairly similar, right? But before we finish off our drinks, let's clean up a bit. Now just looking at them, they are very pretty. Like the watermelon has really changed that colour. I think the strawberry puree has really helped give it a nice vibrant colour, which for the energy, like the can, will definitely help it, because that colour was not interesting to look at. Like, it didn't look like a summer cocktail to me. And for this one, I think it won't change much, for me, honest with you. So obviously we just top them off. I'm pretty sure there's going to be this entire bottle gone. I feel like nearly to the top, so I'll give it that. And this might not even fill to the top because it's a smaller, the cans are smaller than the bottles. Oh shit. I'll let that calm down a little bit. Now, for the first time ever, I was going to actually garnish this one, but it turns out that the cocktail picks I ordered were not on Prime, so they won't get here till tomorrow. I'm just going to wipe the edge of this glass because it's got some watermelon residue from where it's fizzed. That's not. Just looks a bit rank. So there will be no garnish, but if I was going to garnish it, I'd probably use a little bit of watermelon and maybe a little lime or lemon wheel to give it just a little bit of colour. I mean, it's got plenty of colour. Different colour, you know what I mean? I just want to drink alcohol now. It's nice. I don't get much rum. I ain't got my spoon with me, that'll do. That's better. Okay, I stand corrected. You could probably do 2 ounces and you'll be fine. Smells a little bit funny, but I think that might just be because this bottle's been open for about a week now. Yeah. It tastes fine. It just smells funny. Overall, that's quite nice. Out of all of the bottles that we've done, it's easily the nicest of the 3. I think the fact it wasn't overly sweet helped it, because the strawberry puree, you can taste the strawberry, but it's not a hugely strong flavour, and the sweetness is there, but it's not, again, it's not too much, which I think is really helpful. I think I prefer this one. They're both pretty good, I will say that. I don't know how much rum that was. Probably way too much. Give it a bit of a mix. That's better. Yeah, okay, they both needed a bit more rum than what I put in. I'll take that. That's fine. I think I prefer this one because it is a little bit more. This one, while it wasn't too sweet, this was still less sweet. So I think that has helped it. I don't really remember what I was saying because what did I just do? For context, my phone died, so I had to start again. So it's been about half an hour. I think I was just saying that this one, because of that little bit more bitterness, it's not just kind of sweet throughout. There is a little bit more to it. You almost get you get strawberry, watermelon, and more, whereas this is just strawberry and watermelon. So I do prefer this. I think that's all I said. So I am now going to go and drink this and this. But before I go, please remember, always drink responsibly, and more importantly, do as I say, not as I do. Cheers.